is an ordinance of reason. It cannot be arbitrary, and it must be reasonable in accord with the right reasons. Law is for the common good, and it must be meant to safeguard society and be for the good of people. Law cannot just be for one person or for a small group of people, but it is meant for everybody. The entire community needs to be taken into account for it to be a law. The law is made with the care of the community and must be made with the proper authority and somebody to look after the community. Also, law is promulgated, meaning it needs to be valid and it needs to be made known to the people. Natural law is our participation in eternal law, written in our hearts, universal principle and precepts and expressions.
So, freedom. Freedom is rooted in will and is what necessitates responsibility. It is the master behind your actions and choices. There are two kinds of freedom, from and for. And you have freedom from external forces that limit choice, internal forces that limit choice, and sin. There is also freedom for the good and actions in accord with the good we were created to do, and the limits on freedom include materialism, fear, failure, and license. Unlimited freedom. With this gift of freedom, we do not have the right to do and do whatever we want. We must do what we ought to do, not what necessarily feels good in that moment. And divine law has four purposes, which are to help us stay on the right path on our journey to God, and help us discern what is right when there are conflicting ideas of right and wrong, to speak of motivation, and to indicate what is sinful. Divine law is divided in the New and the Old Law. The Old Law is the law of Moses. It is found in the Old Testament and is summarized in the Ten Commandments. The New Law is the fulfillment and completion of the Old Law in the New Testament, through the person of Jesus Christ. As Jesus says in Matthew 5:17, "Do not think I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them." The New Law is found in Christ in the New Testament, specifically in the Gospels and the Sermon on the Mount and the Sermon on the Plains. The New Law boils down to two main points: to love God with all of your heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. If you follow these two commandments, you will follow the New Law. While the Old Law outlines which eternal actions we can do, the New Law governs our internal attitudes and thoughts, because who we are on the inside is manifested through our external actions. For example, the Old Law says that we can't kill anyone or commit adultery. The New Law goes a step further and says that to hate someone in your heart is to commit murder, and to lust in the mind is to commit adultery. The Old Law is the letter of the law, which outlines exactly what actions are right or wrong. And the New Law is the spirit of the law, which governs our internal thoughts, attitudes, intentions, as they are what ultimately influence our actions. The gospel of Jesus Christ is the New Law, which fulfills and perfects the Old Law.